What is up, team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. So yes, Rlusd was launched and it did really, really well. Obviously, we shot up to $2.73. People were hoping that we were going to get to $3. However, with good old Jerome Powell coming out here and obviously saying what he said out there, it completely tanked the market. I think we had a major liquidation event again. Had nothing to do with Rlusd being listed and or it coming out into the market. I think this was still a really, really good thing for Ripple. And the reason why I believe that is because I'm going to share some information with you guys on why it's so big for Ripple and why it's so big for crypto. And so I will agree out here that Rlusd will face some stiff competition as it's already a saturated market. Stablecoins are all over the place. You got Tether, you got USDC, you got Athena USDE, you got USDS, you got DAI, you got all these other things. You got Justin Sun's USDD. There's so many of these. You got BUSD. So the whole market is actually flooded with stablecoins. As shocking as that sounds, but it's true. And you can see that history has shown that that stablecoins actually struggle when they're first launched. You could just go back and look at PayPal. PayPal launched one of the called PYUSD, and that thing was capped at $447 million. Even though we know that PayPal is one of the biggest companies in the world, it's still struggling as a stablecoin right now. Also, USDD, like I said, which is Justin Sun's stablecoin, that thing actually capped at $745 million. And so you're saying, well, that's still a lot of money. And yes, it does seem like a lot. But I think that Rlusd is a lot different. Their tactic here is a lot different. Ripple is a way bigger company than majority of these. I'm not going to say it's bigger than PayPal, but Ripple is a bigger company in the cryptocurrency industry than PayPal is. So I know that. And so although the people come out here and say, well, they're going to have a struggle and Rlusd is not going to do that well, I actually I think that it's going to do great. And the reason why is because we already know that they have lined up institutions to be able to move their money into Rlusd. And the reason why I know that Rlusd will do better than a majority of these is because these ones are not actually approved by the New York Department of Financial Services. The Rlusd is the first one to actually do that, which I think is actually going to set this to a whole nother level when it comes to stablecoins. I've already said this before, and I truly believe it now that that's what's going to happen. And I will say that there was a price retreat after this launch happened, right? Everyone sort of FOMO'd in, went up to 273 and then came back down. And then obviously we had this hawkish cut by the feds, which caused the whole market to come down. And I don't think that has anything to do with Rlusd. But what I'm here to tell you is that I believe that Rlusd is going to be big. And the reason why people want to get into stable coins is because the amount of money that they actually produce. And if you guys don't know, the good old Binance CEO, Richard Tang, he actually came out and talked about the impact of stable coins and how big they are. And when you start to look at why these are so big for a company, it's because companies make a massive amount of money off of stable coins, moving money in off of fees and just moving these around. I mean, stable coins actually produce a ton of money. And it says right here that, again, the ETFs, which accumulated over $31 billion, surpassed $100 billion in assets, which is insane to even think. And then he goes down here and he talks about the process of stable coins. And he said the supply surpassed 200 billion and settlement volume reached 2.6 trillion in the first half of the year. $2.6 trillion were settled on stablecoins in the first half of the year. And you got to think every time you actually settle one of those, there's a fee associated with it. So these companies are making fees off of every one of these transactions. Again, these fees could be anywhere from $1 to 50 cents to $2. I ask you, go right now, go into your wallet and try to transfer $1,000 into, or even $100 into Tether. Don't actually approve it, but just go look at the fee that it's going to cost you to move it into that. It's expensive. And so you got to think, people make a ton of money off these. Tether makes a ton of money off this. USDC Circle makes a ton of money off this. And so this is why I think it's great that Rlusd did this, because now it just adds another line of revenue for Ripple to start growing even bigger than they are. And what's even best about this is we talk about their IPO, right? Why is their IPO so important? Why do we want them to be as big as they are? Well, you got to think this Rlusd is only going to make Ripple even stronger. And I honestly think, and people actually think, that this could be a game changer coming into 2025. With $1 billion in cash and $40 billion in XRP held in escrow, Ripple's valuation could surpass $100 billion before they launch on their IPO. That is crazy. They also think that the IPO could be anywhere from late 2025 to early 2026. So I was thinking that an IPO could maybe come out the first of the year, maybe Q1 But I'm not, maybe the ETF will definitely come Q1. Now we're looking maybe Q4 of 2025. But just to think about that, you're talking a $100 billion evaluation, and it has to do with obviously their stocks, obviously their RLUSD, and a lot of other things that they're bringing to the table. Their ETF too could be also in there, and then again, having some stocks. It's going to be a crazy, crazy year for Ripple and XRP, and I think that we're just honestly sitting here witnessing history. People will sit there and dog XRP and sort of clown on them and say that they're not worth anything because of all this kind of stuff. But they continue to fight through the legal battles. They continue to fight through adversity. And here today, they're still ranked number 3 in the world. And we've honestly gone from 30 cents up. We were purchasing at 30 cents, back 3 years ago, and now it's sitting on above $2, almost to $2.30 right now. And so this is just great stuff. I love seeing it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you actually see Ripple getting an IPO late 2025 or 2026? Love to hear your comments down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And with all that said, we're out. Peace out, everyone.